Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Adam Rustulahi. I from class PKI 2C and I will tell you about the legend of the Rawa Pening. The story is that long ago there was a village called Ngasem which was located in the valley between Mount Merbabu and Mount Telomoyo. In that village lived a husband and wife Ki Hajar and Nyai Selakanta. This married couple is known to be generous and helpful. Because of that, they are highly respected by the local community. However, their lives are incomplete because they do not have a children. Even though they don't have children, Ki Hajar and his wife are never heard of arguing. They always solve problem by deliberation. Until one day, Nyai Selakanta, alone in front of her house, Ki Hajar who saw came over and sat beside his wife. To her husband, Nyai Selakanta confided her wish to have a children. She suggests while talking to her husband, Ki Hajar then asked his wife permission to mediate. He hopes that by mediating, his wife wish to have children can come true. The next day, Ki Hajar went to the slopes of Mount Telomoyo to mediate. While Ki Hajar was on mediation, Nyai Selakanta was patiently waiting day after day, week after week, and month after month. But the husband never came. Nyai Selakanta was worried about her husband's condition. One day, Nyai Selakanta felt nauseous and then vomit. She thought that she was pregnant. It turned out that his waist was right and his stomach was getting bigger and bigger. Each day after the delivery arrived, however, he was surprised because the child who was born was a dragon. The child was named Baru Klinting, which was taken from the name of her husband. The name of her husband Spears. The word Baru comes from the word which means a Brahmin descendant, a sex who was a higher position than a prize. Meanwhile, the word Klinting means a bell. Despite being a dragon, Baru Klinting can speak like a human. Nyai Selakanta was amazed at this miracle. He was also astonished of the people for giving birth to a dragon. Nyai Selakanta plans to bring Baru Klinting to Hills Tugur so that she is away from the residence, but before that, he had to take care of Baru Klinting until he grew up so that he could travel to the slopes of Mount Telomoyo, which is quite a distance away. Nyai Selakanta took care of Baru Klinting separately and without the knowledge of the resident. One day, Baru Klinting was growing up and he asked about his father. Nyai Selakanta gasped in surprise. However, according to him, it's time for Baru Klinting to know the figure of his father. He told Baru Klinting to follow his father who was imprisoning on the slopes of Mount Telomoyo. Nyai Selakanta asked Baru Klinting to bring to the heirloom of her father, Baru Klinting Spears. Then Baru Klinting left for the slopes of Mount Telomoyo. He saw a man sitting mediating. Hearing that answer, Baru Klinting immediately bowed down in front of his father. He then explained he was initially Ki Hajar did not believe that he had a child from a dragon. When the dragon showed him the new Klinting heirloom, Ki Hajar began to believe. However, he was not completely sure. Alright, I believe that Baru Klinting heirloom is mine, but the evidence is not enough for me. If you really are my son, try circling this Telomoyo mountain, said Ki Hajar. Only then did Klinting immediately carry out the order to confess his father. With his supernatural powers, Baru Klinting managed to circle Mount Telomoyo. Finally, Ki Hajar admitted that the dragon was his son. After that, he then ordered his son to meditate on Hills Tugur so that his body will turn into a human. Meanwhile, there is a village called Pacok. This village is very prosperous, but the village are very proud. Once upon a time, the residents of Patok village intended to have an art arms party after the harvest. To enfilade the party, various art and dance performance will be held. Various deliciations are served as served meals and banquets for invited guests. The resident hunts for animals in Cukur Hills. It's been almost day of hunting, but not a single animal has been caught yet. When they were about to return to the village, suddenly they saw a dragon mediating. This dragon is new printing. They also caught and cooked the dragon meat and brought it home. They cooked the dragon meat to serve as a party dish. When the residents were partying, a boy came, whose body was covered with wounds giving of a fishy smell. The boy was a glinting now incarnation. Only then did Glinting join the crowd. He asked the resident for food, but no one wanted to feed him. The resident even cursed and even kicked out Baru Glinting. He also led the village on the way. He met an old widow named Nyilatung. The king heard Nyilatung invited Baru Glinting to his house and served delicious food. In the conversation, Baru Glinting suggests that resident be allowed that listen. He asked Nyilatung if heard a roar to immediately prepare a tool for pounding rice from wood. Only then did Glinting return to the party with a stick. Arriving in the crowd, he stuck the stick into the ground. He asked residents to remove the stick that was stuck. Residents also pulled out of the stick. Neither of them was able to remove the stick. Only that the Glinting immediately removed the stick because of his supernatural powers. He was able to pull out the stick easily. As soon as the stick was removed, a rumbling sound shocked the entire village. Water gushed out of the stick. The longer the burst of water was getting bigger, so there was a big flood. All residents immediately saved themselves. However, their efforts were too late because they all drowned. The village was turned into a swamp or lake, which is now known as Rawapening. Only that the Glinting met Nyilatung, who was waiting on the mortar which functioned as a boat. He survived with the grandmother. Only then did Glinting return to being a dragon to protect of Rawapening. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.